They play like assassins. Teachers and students vanish. Dead, alive, nobody knows.
That sounds fun.
She's insane.
Yeah, you're watching a piece of the new Netflix series Bet. It's based on an anime series about a Japanese transfer student disrupting a boarding school with her gambling skills. And sharp-eyed viewers might recognize Edmonton actor Hunter Cardinal in there. And Hunter joins us in studio this morning. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations on this role. So let's take people inside a little bit if they haven't seen it. You play Michael. What's your role in this whole thing?
Yeah, so, Bet is this wild ride into a prestigious boarding school for the children of the global elite whose social hierarchy is, controlled by these really wild games of gambling. And Michael is the sole student who refuses to gamble. So he's a rad character, and it was a real treat to play him.
So did you know anything about the original series before you got this role?
I did, yeah. When they told us about that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's wild. But, I think for me, the one thing that was really important is you can't photocopy greatness.
Sure.
The only thing you can do is really study it, honor it, and then try to make something that can look it dead in the eye and play a game.
So here you are. The series has now come out, has fans all over the world. What has this ride been like? You made this about a year ago. Now you get this wave of people enjoying it. And how are you enjoying that wave?
It's been wild. Like, we've been, for the third week in a row, the top global 10 shows on Netflix.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I think for me it's been really exciting because all this work, all the actors in there, they're all Canadian. This is a real reflection of the communities that we come from. And I think for me, that's been the most exciting thing, is just to be remembering, the University of Alberta, Rapid Fire Theatre, all the mentors and pals that have helped me get here. This is a collective win.
Now let's talk about that, because you made your name on the stage here locally. How was that transition from that to a TV series?
Storytelling is storytelling is storytelling. I find, if anything, it's just a different process in terms of the means. It's more about creating something that's electric between the characters and then passing it off so that we can stitch it together to create sort of a thunderstorm.
Okay, we're not doing spoilers around here if you haven't seen this, but there's a bit of a twist involved.
There is.
When did you find out about how that was going to unfold?
I found out midway through the process when we were actually reading the scripts ahead of that big old twist. So it was really wild to see when you're doing a show. Sometimes a lot of the actors are reacting to what's happening in the moment.
Now, how much did you know about how everything else? Of course, you know your scenes, but seeing it all put together as it comes out, are you seeing things for the first time too?
Yes, yeah. And actually, that's the great thing about working with this cast, is that we were reacting to each other. We were discovering the scenes and everything in the moment. Obviously we know our lines and whatnot, but it was this beautiful process of discovery and trust. And that's how Simon Barry, our showrunner, sort of set the tone. Is this was about, being present with who we are, what we have in the moment, and then just savoring the process.
Okay, very fun stuff. The process has been a long one to get to here. What's next for you?
Nothing I can say publicly, but it's all about, exploring, these nuanced characters that don't fit between these tidy labels, and the creative teams that, are excited about bringing those stories to life.
Very fun stuff. There are fans of the show watching right now that didn't know an Edmonton actor was involved, and there are Edmonton acting fans who are going to watch that show. Hunter, congratulations on this.
Thank you so
This is
much.
very cool. Bet is out now on Netflix. You can watch Hunter Cardinal in that series. And that ending. Ooh, stay tuned for that ending. You're going to like it.